The German national team has finally secured their place in the round of 32 of the 2026 World Cup after a dramatic 2-1 victory over Ivory Coast in the second Group E match held at the BMI Stadium. The win not only sent Die Mannschaft into the knockout stage early, but also became a symbol of the resurgence of one of football's greatest powers, a team that had suffered disappointing exits in the previous two World Cup editions. This achievement carries enormous significance for Germany. At the 2018 World Cup in Russia and the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, they were shockingly eliminated in the group stage. As a nation with 4 world titles and a strong footballing tradition, those consecutive failures dealt a heavy blow to Germany's reputation. Therefore, Julian Nagelsmann's squad advancing to the round of 32 in the 2026 World Cup serves as proof that their regeneration and rebuilding process. Despite securing the win, Germany's journey against Ivory Coast was far from easy. The African side played with discipline and put up fierce resistance throughout the match. Ivory Coast even caused German supporters to worry after taking the lead in the first half. From the opening whistle, Germany took the initiative. They dominated possession and pressed Ivory Coast's defense through short passing combinations and quick movement from the midfield. The first chance came through a dangerous shot on goal, but Ivory Coast goalkeeper Yahia Fofana made a brilliant save to keep his net intact. Germany's dominance produced another golden opportunity when Alexander Pavlovic managed to put the ball in the net, but the German player's joy was short-lived as the referee disallowed the goal after judging that a foul had been committed in the build-up. That decision kept the match scoreless. Ivory Coast demonstrated their quality as one of Africa's top teams, defending well while capitalizing on counterattack opportunities. Their efforts paid off in the 30th minute. Following a run by Amad Diallo who fired toward Germany's goal, the ball was parried but not fully secured. Frank Kessie, standing unmarked, pounced on the rebound and slotted it into the net. That goal gave Ivory Coast a 1-0 lead and added pressure to Germany, who needed a win to secure their ticket to the next round. Trailing by a goal, Germany increased their attacking intensity. They created several dangerous chances and even scored through Kvaratskhelia, but for the second time in the match, the referee disallowed a German goal due to a prior foul. The situation forced Germany's players to work even harder to turn things around. In the second half, Germany came out more aggressively. Nagelsmann made several tactical adjustments to boost his team's attacking output. The substitutions proved to be a key factor in changing the course of the match. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast didn't sit back. They continued to look for opportunities to extend their lead through quick attacks, relying on the pace of their wingers. However, several chances were squandered due to poor finishing, leaving Manuel Neuer untroubled in the German goal. Neuer himself became one of the major talking points of the match. The veteran 40-year-old goalkeeper made history at the World Cup by making his 21st appearance in the tournament over the course of his career, making him the goalkeeper with the most World Cup appearances in history, surpassing the record previously held by former France captain and goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. This achievement further cements Neuer's status as one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. His experience brings composure to Germany's backline, and beyond technical contributions, his presence also has a massive psychological impact on opponents. Many strikers feel pressured when facing him directly due to his reputation and experience at the highest level of world football. But the biggest spotlight in this match shone on Deniz Undav. The VfB Stuttgart striker once again showcased his sharpness as a super sub, a player capable of changing the course of a game. With Ivory Coast still leading, Nagelsmann brought Undav on to sharpen the attack. The decision proved spot-on. In the 68th minute, Germany finally drew level through the striker. Goal. Starting from an accurate cross delivered by Nadim Amiri into the penalty box, Undav, moving into space unmarked, met the ball with a composed finish that Fofana couldn't stop. The score was leveled at 1-1, and momentum began to shift in Germany's favor. After the equalizer, Germany's players' spirits surged. They kept pressing Ivory Coast's defense in search of a winning goal. Several golden chances were created, including through Nathaniel Brown and Nadim Amiri. However, Fofana's impressive display kept Ivory Coast in it, making a series of important saves that temporarily kept their hopes of at least a point alive. When the match appeared to be heading for a draw, Germany showed the winning mentality that has long defined them. Deep into stoppage time, in the 90th plus 4 minute, Felix N'Meka delivered a smart through ball that split Ivory Coast's defense. Undav, moving quickly, received the ball and calmly beat Fofana to score his second goal of the match. The goal was immediately met with joy from the German players and supporters inside the stadium. The score changed to 2-1 and held until the final whistle. This dramatic victory ensured Germany collected 6 points from 2 matches, securing their place in the round of 32. Deniz Undav's performances in the tournament have become one of the most compelling stories of Germany's campaign. Before the Ivory Coast match, he had also scored in the game against Curaçao, and now added 2 more goals against Ivory Coast. His total tally now stands at 3 goals and 2 assists in just 2 matches. These statistics demonstrate the extraordinary effectiveness of the 29-year-old striker. Although not always the first-choice starter, his impact whenever he enters the pitch is enormous. His ability to find space, clinical finishing, and smart reading of the game make him one of Germany's most productive players so far. Given these impressive performances, many observers are beginning to suggest that Undav deserves a starting role in upcoming matches. Nagelsmann certainly has plenty of options up front, but the Stuttgart man's productivity is hard to ignore. If he can maintain this consistency, Undav could become one of Germany's key weapons as they aim to go deeper in the tournament. Thanks to the victory over Ivory Coast, Germany now sit firmly at the top of Group E with 6 points from 2 matches. That position means they can no longer be overtaken by most rivals in the group and guarantees a place in the knockout stage. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast sits second with 3 points. They still have a chance to qualify but must take maximum points in their final group match. The win over Ivory Coast showcased the strong character that Germany's national team is beginning to rediscover. They came from behind, stayed composed under pressure, and found a way to win in the dying moments. The combination of experienced players like Manuel Neuer and emerging talents like Deniz Undav gives Die Mannschaft great foundations as they face tougher challenges in the knockout stages. If they can maintain the form and mentality shown against Ivory Coast, Germany have a strong chance of once again becoming serious contenders for the world title. Their resurgence at the 2026 World Cup appears to be no accident. Rather, it will yield tangible results.